We are back. Welcome back. My name is Denny, also known as the Lawyering Dietitian, and this is what I like to call social commentary with credentials. Don't ask me why I'm shaking and dancing. I don't know, child. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. So we're gonna jump right on in. So I know I could be long-winded and I'm so sorry, but just hanging with me. So you see the title, so you know why we're here today. And I know this is a little controversial, but again, social commentary with credentials. So I first want to say this is triggering. Even me, I felt triggered watching it. So it's not funny. So I just want to make it clear that the video, if you have not seen it, I'll give a little warning so you can skip it and just hear the commentary. It's not a funny situation. Domestic violence isn't funny. Child abuse isn't funny. But the topic we're gonna have fun speaking about. We're just gonna have fun. We're gonna laugh through the pain, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I do just want to make that disclaimer. And I do take it seriously. So I just want to make sure I say that and make sure that's clear. And in the beginning of the video, background about me. I am an attorney, and I'm gonna keep saying that. I saw someone say like, oh, not about me, but just like, oh, well, people shouldn't have to say like what they do or like who they are. And I'm like, why the fuck not? Why not? What is the big deal? Like, that's what it's not all of who I am, but it's what I do and why I'm here and why it's social commentary with credentials. But my very first job at a law school, I represented victims of domestic violence. For almost 4 years, I represented kids in the foster care system. Did a very brief stint at a DA's office here in New York. What else did I do? I've represented people in housing court. I've done a lot of work like with people in the community. So I say that to say that's why I don't take this topic lightly. I've seen a lot. I've heard a lot of stories. So it's not something that I take lightly. But I did want to speak on this topic because I have this experience. I'm like, ladies need to take a little bit more accountability. So I've been seeing online where, women are saying like, oh, or how the narrative is like, oh, women need to choose better men. And I think that's true because at the end of the day, when it comes to having kids, right, when it comes to choosing and deciding, because women are the final stop, the final say. So when it comes to having kids, like, women need to choose better. That's how I feel. That's my opinion, okay? That's my opinion. That's how I govern my life, okay? That's how I have governed my life, okay? So, and then I saw this video and I was like, well, okay, first. So this is like a video that I saw recently where a girl was talking about it.
The misconception is a lot of the times we'll look at women that make these choices and we'll say, you should have chosen better, you should have picked better.
Yeah.
And really what it is after the relationship has changed and transitioned into now we're both parents, I'm not fun anymore, I'm not the girl that you wanted anymore, you don't really like this lifestyle. What is this change in Pampers? When we used to go out every night, we used to do this and that. So yeah, people do change.
I agree.
So we gotta stop saying like, this been this way. No, if he been that way, I wouldn't have gave him. Absolutely not.
Whoa. Hold on, wait. And again, I don't mean to interrupt the soliloquy, necessarily disagree. But my issue with that is when we get to talking about choosing, women choosing men. Unfortunately, a lot of women deal with men who they already have an example of the type of father he is. And they still choose him anyway. And because, let's just be honest here, a lot of women don't give a damn what type of father he is to kids that's outside of her house. She get to thinking, like, okay, he a terrible dad over there, but it must be something that the baby mama's doing to make him be that way.
No.
Right?
She's keeping those kids from him.
She keeping them kids from him. She doing this, whatever the case may be. But when he has my kid, he's going to turn into super dad, right? So it's kind of hard for me to accept the fact that, hey, I just went into this blind. A lot of the dudes out there got 2-3 kids from 2-3 different women already. You see him being negligent. He don't even bring up his kids in conversations with you.
Well, those type of bitches have a special class and they ride a different bus, but we're talking about other.
And then I saw this video the other day. Now, before I play it, again, trigger warning, but before I play it, it was in a New York court. And I was like, it's giving the city. And so also for those who don't know, right now, I work for a New York City agency. And so I have to go to court sometimes. And the day that it came out, I was in court that day. And I was like, was this in the Bronx? Because this looked like some Bronx stuff. That's why I'm at in the Bronx. I was like, this looked like some Bronx stuff. But I was like, well, because usually I've worked in courtrooms before, obviously, I've always done litigation. Usually when something happens, the courtroom, everything's like heightened security, like stuff is heightened. And I was like, people was chilling today. So I was like, I don't think this happened in the Bronx. So it was given Brooklyn, maybe. It was given the Bronx, but maybe Brooklyn. I was like, maybe it wasn't Bronx family court. Maybe it was criminal court, you know. I don't know. It was given the Bronx or Brooklyn. You know, Uncle Charlotte says all the craziest people come from all of Florida in the Bronx. And I concur, okay? So, yeah. So, I was really trying to figure out. I don't know if it happened that day. That was just when I saw it. And I was like, if it did happen, like, earlier this week or, like, that day, I was like, that. It wasn't in Bronx family court. But anyway, so I saw this video and I was like, it's not a good video. I don't even know if I could play the audio because it has like cursing and stuff. So I'm gonna figure that out like as I edit. But yeah, so I saw this video and thinking of that other video, I'm gonna get into my commentary and why. So again, trigger warning, this is the video.
Son, yo, why the fuck y'all brought her here? I have a friend. Son,
if you're not watching it, there's now like 5 or 6 officers. They brought a lieutenant. I think that's the white shirt people. It didn't take all the people to calm him down, but he was wilding. He was definitely wilding. Yeah. Okay. You're going to jail. That is all I thought when I saw it. I said, oh, you have so little emotional regulation that you would attack a woman and more specifically her baby in a courthouse where they have jails. Like when they have to transfer people from Rikers or like outside, upstate, downstate, whatever, they have jail cells. Like they're gonna put you in jail. They like, and then where, and again, if this is either in Bronx family court or Bronx housing court, all the courthouses are like right there. Like housing court is a little farther, but Bronx family court, Bronx criminal court, they next door. So I'm like, the DA's office is across the street. Like it's all, I feel like they probably call it something, some like complex or something, but it's all there. So I'm just like, yo, and that's what, okay. So that was just my initial thought. Like, you're going to jail, buddy. You're going to jail. Again, I'm not making fun of the situation. So going back to the topic at hand, why I wanted to make this. And again, with my experience that I've seen, 'cause I've been practicing almost 12 years. It'll be 12 years in November. I've been practicing for 12 years. And then especially what I do now, I do paternity and parentage cases. And with that, we have to basically, if a parent, so a custodial parent doesn't have to be a mom, but it's usually the mother. If a custodial parent is receiving public assistance, New York City can come in and say, hey, I am translating in my own words, but they're basically saying, hey, like if you were getting child support, like that should, most likely you wouldn't have to be on public assistance. But so because we're giving you money, we're going after the non-custodial parent to get the money. Okay, let me say that again. when a custodial parent is receiving public assistance from the city can go after the non-custodial parent to then basically get child support. I assume that part of that, in theory, is because it's like, well, if you were getting child support, you most likely wouldn't need money or as much money as they're giving them. So we're allowed to go after the non-custodial parents to for a child support order. We get, if the order is being paid, we as in New York City, we get most of the money, and then some of the money goes to the custodial parent with her public assistance, her or his, obviously. It doesn't have to be a woman. So that's what I do. So in that, when we have to establish paternity, or if we're even looking to like serve people, a lot of these, again, well, it's mainly women. So I'll just say a lot of these women don't know anything about these men. They don't know their birthdays. Like when we're trying to find them, for example, like let's say they have a common name. Oh, do you know where he works? No. Do you know where he lives? No. Do you know his birthday? No. Like, they don't be knowing nothing about these people. And it's like, you know, I'm not here to police anybody's body, right? Like, if you want to have a good time, have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time. You know, he might be fine. I don't know. Maybe he's lonely. I don't know. Have a good time. Do what you want with your body. However, when we talk about bringing a child into this world, I feel like that needs to be taken a little bit more seriously. I'm even not saying that women have to believe in abortion, but if you don't believe in abortion, you should believe in contraceptives. Like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even like, I'm pro-choice, but I'm not like pro-abortion. I don't think you should be, you know, getting abortions like you know what I'm saying? Like you change underwear. But if you don't believe in abortions, you need to believe in condoms. You need to believe in birth control. They have a lot of them. They have the IUD, they have the pill, they have the little Nexplanon. I think that's the Nexplanon, the little thing that you put in your arm. They have, I don't know, I guess some other stuff too. I'm not well versed, but I know those are the main ones. So I just feel like it's irresponsible. And I'm not coming here again to judge anybody, but I think when we have the conversation of, women, like men hide themselves, that man did not hide himself. You're lying. And it's not, and again, a lot of these children that are being produced out of wedlock are not coming from years-long relationship. That's not happening. Years long. You know what I'm trying to say. Years-long relationships. Like, these are like people, again, you don't even know his birthday. How well did you know that person to be able to have a baby with him and to say, oh, you know, the mask came off after X amount of time? No, this man, unfortunately, if he did that again, and you're going to jail, you wild out like that in a courtroom with police officers right there. If you're doing that in public, he's definitely putting hands and feet in private. Like, so this man is not someone who I believe is someone who had a mask. He was probably nice to get the, you know what I'm saying, to get the punani. But it was like, he's not, this idea that men like hide themselves, hide their, like true intentions, I don't think is that true. I think, sure, some people are better at it than others, but I think women really need to get better at asking questions. I'm gonna say myself included. So I was dating someone the other day, so I'm just checking the time because I gotta go. But I was dating someone the other day, and I found out he had been previously married, and I was like, you know, the girl from Paternity Court. I gotta insert that clip here. That girl from Paternity Court. I was like, and he told me, but it came up like through another conversation that we were having with somebody else. And I guess I just never asked him if he'd ever been married. I don't know. And I'm like, oh. So it's just like, but I'm not having a baby with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but I do say that women are not asking the right damn questions. We're not asking, and that's actually not the first. I really need to get more better at asking of people. Because I know that people aren't married, but I haven't been asking the specific question, like, have you ever been married? I'm more concerned if you're married today. Are you legally married to somebody else today? So I had to ask when he was like, oh yeah, like I did get married, blah, blah, blah. He said it was for papers, whatever, I don't care. you know, the point is that you were legally married to someone. So I was like, are you divorced? Like, legally divorced? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yes, yes, yes. All that happened. But I say that to say that women are not asking the proper questions. Like, my philosophy or my mantra is that men be lying, but they don't be lying. Because sometimes, even in their initial, if they're going to lie, sometimes even in their initial response, their initial reaction, like, is the truth, and then they try to clean it up with a lie. Like, I remember I dated someone one time where, to backtrack, I think too, because some people do say, oh, well, why ask a man this if he's gonna lie anyway about it? And I'm just like, because you should know that, you know what I'm saying? Because even it still establishes a baseline where you're like, okay, so you said you were never married. Let's just say, take that person. You said you have never been married. And then I find out that you were, so then I know that you lied, so then I know you're a liar. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still need to ask the questions, because my God, he always looks out for me. Like, he ain't never, thank you, Jesus, I appreciate you. He ain't never, he has always revealed things, you know, without me having to go look, to be honest. So yeah, so I just disagree with this notion that men like hide their masks. I just don't think so. I think that women are not asking the right questions. They're not doing their research. They are using that as an excuse. I think sometimes, and I'll say even myself included, sometimes you kind of know something deep down, but maybe you're like, oh, let me wait it out. Let me see. Or you just try to believe something different. And then when it manifests, it's like, you knew that X amount of time ago. So it's just, I think it's just disingenuous. And I think it's not owning the responsibility to say that I did not do my due diligence when it came to vetting this man who I now made the father of my child, who's now not giving me no money. Some of these men, I'm a big proponent on child support. Some of these men, they giving $40 a week, buying some Pampers. You think he's spending $40 a week on that girl that he trying to get some new punani? No. I always encourage people to put their men on child support, or, you know, the baby daddies on child support. People disagree. I'm like, whatever. That's how I govern my life. People don't have to govern their lives how I govern mine. But I'm a strong proponent in child support. And I know some people say, like, oh, well, if he's supporting, again, what does supporting look like? Because in New York State, for one child, the child support guidelines is 17%. For 2 children, it's 25%. For 3 children, it is 29%, and then for 4 children or more, it's 35%. Is he giving you 17+% of what he's making to help support this child, or is he giving you $200 a month? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? But again, my standards are my standards. My standards are different. It is what it is. So that's what I don't know. I just want to come in and give him my 2 cents with that, because I just from what I see, when I see real people, in the real world, when I'm seeing people, I'm speaking to moms, and they're in court and they're dealing with these men. Like, I don't know why he was in court. He said my court case. Why'd you bring that baby to my court case? So maybe it may have been like a criminal case. I don't know. It was just very confusing, because the baby is obviously very small. So it's a new baby. And so maybe he don't think the baby's his. I don't know. He was very disgusting. And, you know, hopefully the baby's fine. Hopefully the mom's fine. Hopefully she has an order protection. Like that, a judge is going to grant an order protection based on like that. I'm like, it's viral. What more proof do you need? Alexa, stop. So, yeah, but, you know, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I just wanted to come in and give my little 2 cents when I saw that. I was going to put a rant on my IG story, but I just was like, let me come on to YouTube, make a quick little video right quick about that. But let me know what y'all think. Let me know, maybe y'all have had some experience with it. Let me know what y'all think. Also, some people asking, like, after my last video about Cheyenne Bryant, like, oh, because I guess some like more stuff had come up where she had done like more interviews. She had I think she already was on The Breakfast Club by the time I did my video, but then when she did that interview with the journalist Melissa Mitchell, I wanted to make sure I had her name, and, you know, people were talking about that, and then people were talking about Amanda Seales' response. I was kind of like, I don't think I have anything more to say. Because it's like, we already know she's not licensed. She says she's not licensed. I think it's kind of crazy now that we don't even know if she got a bachelor's or anything past that, if she has a bachelor's. I disagree with her saying that she doesn't have to prove it to anyone. I mean, okay, not that I disagree, but I think that if you are as degreed up as she claims to be, like me, right over here, I have my degree wall. I didn't even do it on purpose, but people were like, oh, you should hang up your degrees, right? No one's ever questioned it. It's not even a problem, but like, this is my wall of things that I have earned, that even my Delta certificate, okay, duly initiated member, okay, everything's on. My proof is in paper form, and it's hanging up in my house, not even in my mom's house, my house, okay? So I'm just like, I think she's lying. I think she's lying. I know she's lying. I mean, people have talked about if she's gonna get possible jail time. I've watched, I'll link it below, attorney Simone Redwine. She's done a few videos on this. I don't care that much. She's lying. So it's just like, you know, she's not affecting me. She's not affecting my pocket. So it's just, it is, I'm not saying other people can't comment it on her or anything like that. But for me, it's just like, she's lying. We know she's lying. She's been given plenty of time and opportunity to clear it up, and she doesn't want to. And she said, fuck y'all. So I'm like, well, okay, well then fuck me then. Okay. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. But I do, again, I want to know your thoughts. I said what I said. I think women, we have the responsibility. We are the last stop to whether baby's gonna come or not. And if you do not believe in abortion, then you need to believe in contraceptives. That's just, I think having a baby is a very serious thing, you know, and having it with the wrong person, you know, God, you know, we all pray and hope for healthy children, but like, God forbid your child is sick. Like, you need a man who's going to be supportive. And it's just like, we need to really take time to get to know people before deciding to make a lifelong decision with someone who would do that to our baby. You know what I mean? And I had a therapist who said one time that like a lot of people, they make a lot of life-changing decisions in the honeymoon phase. Like in the very beginning, that's when they get pregnant. That's why y'all start hunching. It's good. You're like, okay, let's take the little rubber off. Y'all hunching, you get pregnant, and then it's just like, oh, I actually don't like this person. Or, oh, this person is really kind of mean. Or, oh, this person doesn't like me. And then it's just like, you have this baby, now he ghosting you, he cussing you out, he doing all this, and it's just like, had you given it just a little bit more time, that would have come up for you to have made a better decision. So anyway, let me know what y'all think, and I'll see you in the next video.